If landing clients is a very big struggle for your marketing agency, SMMA, LGA, AIAA, whatever it might be, then I want you to watch this video in full because I'm going to have a hands-off solution for you. This is a part 2 video, so if you haven't watched part 1 up there, I suggest that you go do that because I give you the overview of why this works so well. This is our cold email strategy that has worked for the last 2 years to help us land clients, book appointments on our calendar, and land high-ticket clients. Now, the setup for this is going to be the walkthrough in this video. The part 1 that I put up there is the overview of why it works, what's different about it, and why, most people don't even really talk about this cold email strategy. There is setup. There's a little bit of cost, right? Nothing crazy, but a little bit of cost. And so if you're brand new or you've been, doing this business for a while, then this may be not for you. But for me, this is a hands-off, and for a lot of our students, this is a hands-off way to get appointments on your calendar. And when you look at successful agencies, there's one thing that they all have in common. They have a system and structure around landing clients, which enables them to make more offers than anybody else. And that is the secret sauce. How do I set up systems and processes to make more offers? And you could do it by cold calling. You could do it by cold emailing, which I'm going to show you in this video. You could do it by friends and family and referrals, right? There's all these different ways. You could do it by leads and advanced methods. You could do it with Upwork. You could do it with Freelancer. Tons and tons of ways to make sure you're making enough offers to bring in money for yourself. So without further ado, let's jump into it. What you see on my screen is a checklist to set up a system, an automated way to get people to raise their hand that say, hey, maybe I'm interested in this, okay? We call it the agency appointment booking machine, and this is the checklist. Yes, I will give you guys, whoever wants it, the checklist. How do you do it? Let me just share with you exactly how you do it to get my free resources. Anything you see, any lists you see, any checklists you see, you can get in my free resources section in Skool. I'm going to actually quickly do this. In the description down below, there's going to be a link. You can request access just like these 5 people have done over the last, couple hours. That's how you can get in here. Once you're in here, you click Classroom and you go to YouTube free resources. This is my GoHighLevel training. If you get GoHighLevel under our affiliate link, then you'll get this training as well. But let's go into the free resources. We have the affiliate links here. Then we have a training on how to add snapshots. Here's my PDFs. Here's the snapshots, some Facebook and coaching if that's what you're looking for. However, the PDFs that I'm going to show you today will be listed under free PDFs and trackers. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes. I'm going to make a couple assumptions. Number 1, that you know your way around GoHighLevel a little bit, okay? Number 2, certain things like you know how to buy a domain and you know how to set up an SMTP in GoHighLevel. If you don't know those things, it's okay. I do have, I believe, a training in Skool to show you how to do that, but I don't want to spend, 25, 30 minutes on this video buying a domain and setting up the SMTP, all right? So also, I'm going to assume that you watched part 1 of this video so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to jump into this. The first step in all of this is in your GoHighLevel account. This is my GoHighLevel account. You're going to go to sub accounts and you are going to create sub account, okay? I don't really care what information you put in this, okay? Because on this checklist, you'll see setting up GoHighLevel account. You're going to name it cold email in the niche that you're going to do the cold emailing for. This is going to all make sense to you and come full circle. Because this account is only going to be used for emailing. You're not going to use this account for anything else. So you want a fresh account, name it so you know what it is, cold email. And the example I'm going to give is waterproofing, basement waterproofing, masonry stuff. Then you're going to purchase a domain that is similar to your agency name. You do not want to risk cold emailing with your james@visibilitycloud.com. Okay, so I'll give you an example because I've already done this. I'm going to give you an example of a domain name that's similar, right? Then once you do that, you're going to set up an SMTP G Suite email with the new domain. You can use Mailgun, you could use G Suite. In this case, I use G Suite. Then you're going to add the new email to the sub account, and then here's where the walkthrough is going to start. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into my cold email account. Okay, so as you can see here, I have cold email waterproofing. So this is the account that I'm going to start emailing out of. And the first step I'm going to do, well, let me take a step back here. We're going to go over to settings, and we're going to go over to email services. You can see here that I've set up james@localvisibilitycloud.com. That is the domain I bought in GoDaddy. I did a few steps. I set up my G Suite email in here. It's going to have those assumptions that you can do that. All right. So that's already set up. The next thing to do on this checklist is you're going to configure custom fields for the lead list. If you didn't watch part 1, the custom fields are personal lines. That is what makes this so good. And you're going to see this when I walk you through the email templates. So we're going to stay on the settings, and we're going to jump over to custom fields. I've already done this because I don't want to waste time stepping through it, but you could click up here that says add field, and you're going to add a contact field of personal line. Okay, it's simple. You're just going to hit add field, put in personal line, and you're going to choose the contact. That's where you want it to pull from. You want it to pull from the contact. And then, because we're going to be uploading a list, once you do that, that's the code that you're going to be putting in the emails. Again, I will show you. Also to keep in mind, this business name, company name, that is also a custom field, but that was already there. It comes with the account. So now what you're going to do is you want to add 2 custom fields. One is going to be contact company name. That may already be there. This business name may already be there. If not, you want to add that business name, and that will be the unique key. And then personal line you're going to add, and that one is right here. It's really simple. You just hit add field. You do single line text input, hit next, put in business name or company name, contact. You could put it in the group contact and hit save. That's it. That's all you need to do. You have those 2. You want to make sure you have business name, and you want to make sure you have personal line. That's what we're going to be doing in the email setup. The next thing that we're going to do is create workflows for cold emailing. And I have a number 1 here because there's going to be 3 workflows we're setting up. Very, very simple. Once we do that, we're going to send window set up. We're going to stop on response, add a trigger, and build out the workflow. So let's go jump and do that. Okay, so I have campaign number 1, waterproofing. Okay, so if I click that, all right, obviously I've already had this. I already did this because I don't want to waste time copying and pasting, and I'll show you that in a second. I'll show you an example of the email. By the way, the emails are all right here. You can find them in the free resources section. The first thing we want to do is go into settings. You don't need to allow re-entry. We want to toggle this on, stop on response. We want to use the contact time zone, and we want to send these emails only Monday through Friday between, you could do 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. So now email, we want to now take a look at the checklist. The send windows, stop on response. We're going to add the trigger, which is right here. And this trigger is, we're going to name it contact is campaign 1. And then the date that we're doing this, tag added, campaign -1. That's going to be my trigger tag. And then the email, again, all I did was copy from here, email 1. And as you can see here, it says schedule 7 to 9. And this is the subject is going to be about, it's going to be your business name and then company name. So I'm going to go over here, and you can see here about Visibility Cloud LLC and contact company name. It's going to pull, when I upload the list, it's going to pull this data. Then down in here in the email, you're going to have to edit a few things, obviously, but mine, hi contact first name. And then here is contact.personal line. All right, that is going to pull the personal line from the data that I import. My name is James and I run Visibility Cloud LLC. We work with concrete and masonry companies who specialize in foundation repair and waterproofing, helping them bring in qualified leads. And you can read the rest. And then I'm going to give a case study example. Don't worry if you don't have one. We'll talk about that. For instance, one of our clients located on the East Coast has generated 2,165 new contacts looking for their services. 700 phone calls just in the last 8 months. I can show you live proof if you're up to it. We'd love to do the same for you. Mind if I send over a few times for a quick call? The whole point of the cold emailing is the personal line grabs their attention. We're calling out our company name and their company name. We're keeping it simple. People open up subject lines that have that, and they'll also see the personal line in their, in the preview of the email. And then we're going to say excited, your name. We bring in new appointments based on the type of offer you want to advertise, and this can be scaled up or down to suit your requirements and goals, just like the client example above. Now, this is going to work really, really well. It's going to get responses. Okay, I already know that. However, if you do not have an example in that niche, you can use any example. For example, one of our clients have, just landed 3 new jobs last week, right? Any example you have, new leads, a lead is an example. I don't care if it's 2. You could say got a couple leads just in the last 24 hours. It doesn't matter. If you're brand new, brand spanking new, this is where trials and free trials is so important. My name is James Barnes. I run this. We work with companies that specialize in this, helping them bring in. Our offer to new clients is we will work with you for free to show you the results that we can get. We'd love to do the same for you. We're just keeping things simple, very simple. In this business, there are so many bad companies out there that do a horrible job. And if you're brand new, your only job is to do stuff for free, to prove to yourself and anybody else that you can get the results. That's it. All you need is one result under your belt, and your life can change if you utilize that result. So that is where we're at with this. Okay, and then email 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just want to make sure that we edit it, make sure that that's correct, and then we're going to save this action. Once we have workflow 1 set up, we're going to set up a pipeline. Now, the reason why we set up pipelines is because we don't want to just track, as you can see over here, statistics, individual email results. We want to look at the campaign as a whole, because what if somebody doesn't open up 1, but they open up 2 and they respond to 2? And then, so we're not going to be able to see the campaign as a whole rates, right? The response rates and how good they're doing. And so we're going to jump over to the pipelines, and you can see on the checklist, all we want is prospect, open, reply, and booked. That's what we're going to be tracking. All you do for this is you're going to go to pipelines. You're going to hit create new pipeline, and then all you're going to do is name it, and then put prospect, open, reply, booked, and that will create your pipeline. The question is, how do you get these people in to that prospecting tab automatically, or that pipeline area automatically? We're going to come back over here and take a look. We're going to set up another workflow number 2, add to pipeline workflow. That is right here, add prospect to pipeline waterproofing. So we'll click that, add prospect to pipeline. And now we're going to have the same trigger tag as the first campaign. So we hit contact tag. As you can see here, we're going to add tag added campaign 1. And then all we're doing is creating and updating the opportunity in this pipeline, and we're going to put them into the prospecting tab. Hit save action, save, and go back. So now we've had that set up, and now we're going to do one more workflow to track the opens. The third workflow is called open email. We're going to click that. And right here is we're going to do email events. Okay, that is going to be the trigger. And then we're going to name it email open in campaign 1 waterproofing. We're going to filter it with an event, and we're going to call the event is opened in the campaign 1 waterproofing, because it needs to know what emails are you tracking. So all the emails in campaign 1. We're going to save. Then we're going to create and update an opportunity like we did last time. And now we're going to say update the opportunity in the contact and put them into the open pipeline. I'm going to hit save and save. Now make sure you publish these, of course. You never publish a workflow without a trigger, because you do not want to upload contacts and have it go through a workflow they're not supposed to go through. Upload list example. And then we're going to map fields and add tags. I was going to do in this video with a live campaign, a brand new one. I want to show you guys all the way from ordering the list, getting the personal lines, and then seeing the results from it. And so I'm going to do a part 3 video that will show how did I find the leads, where did I go to get the leads for waterproofing that are going to deliver the leads like this, because I just got the list will take 5 to 7 days to be built. And I want you to just show you here. I requested a list of 500 leads, New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia, or any of the East Coast, foundation repair and waterproofing. I want the owners, directors, or managers, and I want 10 employees with a minimum of 1 million in annual revenue. So who I ordered the list from sent me the sample. I just got the sample back, so I didn't want to wait to do this video. So the next part 3 video will be the results of this campaign. Here are the company names. I had to cover personal data, obviously. So they sent me a sample list to approve so they can continue to build out the rest 400 and whatever, 95. So like A1 Basements, the website gives me the website here. I guess I didn't need to cover that. Their address, how many employees they have, their annual revenue, first, last name, the title, email, and actually their LinkedIn profiles, which is fantastic. And then once I get this list, I'm then going to take this list and have somebody find all the personal lines. That's what's going to make this amazing. For purposes of this video, I'm just going to use a quick list over here that I put together. So this is what it's going to look like. The upload is going to look like of contacts: company name, first name, last name, email, and my personal line. To do this, you need to take this list, export it as a CSV. Once you export it as a CSV, you're going to click this button. You're going to click import contacts, upload file. And this is my cold emailing sheet. I'm going to click that. I've already uploaded this, so I'm not going to upload it again, but hit next. This is the mapping of the fields. So it's pulling company name, matching it with company name, first name, last name, email, personal line. And so this will get uploaded. Okay, so this is what it looks like. What you want to do next is you want to highlight all those contacts, and we're going to add a tag, that campaign-1 tag. So you're just going to click add tag, click it, add it. Once I do that, what happens? It starts to add to the workflows. And now, if I set up a list of 100 names, it's going to start sending out 100 emails between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. Now, this is going to be the big part of this. You do not, here's the warning, you do not do hundreds of names at a time. So typically what I'll do is, after I've already warmed up the email, and so let me show that really quick, actually. So we've been using instantly.ai. In the next video, I will walk through this, but I've already done it. So james@localvisibilitycloud.com, and I'm using their warm-up service. So that's being done now. All this does is warms the domain up, make sure the IP is okay, and that the email gods are saying, okay, this is a trusted source. We'll land them in the inbox. Okay, we want to land in the inbox. If you're going to send hundreds of cold emails at a time, you're going to run a very big risk if you haven't been doing it for a while. So you want to do maybe 10 to 15 a day. And so what I would do is, in the beginning, I would set that up manually by just choosing 10, add the tag. Tomorrow, I'll choose another 10, add the tag. The next day, I'll choose another 10. And then you can, as you do that through the next week, now you have 70 emails going out and going through the workflows. And it could become overwhelming with people responding and being able to measure all that. Again, this is a way to automate the system, but in the beginning, you need to be careful. But once you're a week or two into this and emails are landing, you can do now 20 a day. And then you can get up to 50 a day. And you can get up to 100 a day. And as you could imagine, you could have hundreds of emails going out prospecting for you. And now your job is your job or a VA is to sit in the conversations tab and make sure you are responding and trying to get people to book on your calendar. That's all you want to do. We want responses, a little conversation back and forth. What time works best for you? Here's my link, please book. And that's the process. And so you'll see that process in the next video when I get my list and start uploading all of it. If you see on this list, we've already done it. So now let me show you the example workings of this. What we want to do is we always want to test. Okay, so I'm going to use 2 of my emails that I know that are kind of my spam email type things. Before, uploading a list, it's fine. You want to make sure your automations always have triggers. And then we want to test with our own emails to make sure it's working the way it should. And so I'm going to select the 2 examples. Because I've already tested this and already added the tags and they've already gone into the workflow, now I want to just add them to a specific workflow, which is going to be the email workflow. And now I'm going to add to campaign, and then we're going to see if it works properly. So I'm going to go ahead and click in one of these contacts. Now you can see here it has first name, last name, email, personal line, business name, and then here's the contact time zone. So as you can see right here, down here below, here's the email went out about NJ Masonry and Visibility Cloud LLC. If you look at the email, hi, James. I saw you enjoy eating at Varka and Ridgewood. I think I'm addicted to their oysters. So that's the personal line that is like, oh, wait, what? Oh, I've eaten there. Now, how do I know that? Because I did the research and he posted a picture on LinkedIn about him eating, right? Or on Facebook about him eating somewhere. And so, again, you can do this yourself. You could do the research, but we use services to do this, right? I think it's 20 cents a contact, something like that. And so in the grand scheme of things, it's a very minuscule investment into something that could land you thousands and thousands of dollars. That is, when you're an entrepreneur and you're a business owner, there's always some sort of slight risk. Got to pay to play sometimes. And then I have my email here. So that went out perfect. I can go over to my automations. It says total enrolled 8 because I keep testing with 2. So I've done it 4 times now, but 2 are actively enrolled. And now I'm going to go over to my pipelines because remember, add to pipeline. And then I did open those emails. So it's showing me that I have 2. And if I go to sales pipeline, I have my 2 prospects. Now let me jump over to my email and open one of them. So this is another one about Alpine Masonry and Visibility Cloud. This was sent to the NJUMA Gmail. Hi, John. I noticed you were a huge New York Giants fan. I never miss a home game, hoping for a great season. My name is James and I run yada, yada, yada. Again, the purpose of showing you this is to now take a look at if we got tracked. And we did. That number went from 2 to 3. We're going to now go to sales pipeline. And now John Abraham went into the open. This is where now you're going to, in your conversations, or if people start to reply back to you, well, you say John replied, and you'll drop them into replied, and James booked an appointment. The automation stops at the open. The replies, we're going to be sliding, and the booked appointments, we're going to be sliding because we're going to be booking our own appointments. So this is our own pipeline. It's no different than like a sales guy. And then once we do that, if you go to dashboard, you're going to see that whole cold email pipeline funnel. That's why we do the pipeline. Now we're going to be able to see we had 2 prospects, 2 opens, 2 replies, and 1 booked appointment. So this is what we're really going to be looking for. And once I have my list and I upload it and it starts to run and I have great data to show you guys, we'll do part 3 of the video. So if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Put a comment down below if you have any questions. Free resources section is in the description in the pinned comment down below. Like this video, share it if others would want to see it. And as always, turn those notifications on so you know when I upload my videos once to twice every single week. Thanks for watching. Hope this was helped. And I'd love to hear the results once you get this going. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.